Hey Brickmaniacs, welcome back to another Friday Sit Rep. We got a big week here at Brickmania with lots of new stuff hitting the web. But first things first, just wanted to extend a huge thank you to everybody out in California for two great events, one at our Miramar location and the other one up at Mare Island. Super fun to go out and celebrate the 1-year anniversary of both those stores. We saw a lot of cool stuff and had a totally awesome time. But like I said, we've got a ton of stuff going on here back at the HQ for this week, including some awesome drop day specials to go over, so I'll get to those in a minute. First things first, we do have the new D-Day Squad Pack Part 3 hitting the web for pre-order this weekend as well. So be able to pick that up and complete your collection if you have the other two packs. I believe the second one is still available too. So we'll have those restocked as well if you haven't gotten in on that collection yet, which is super awesome. We have a couple of new releases too. We have a Desert Rats flag, I believe, and then the New Zealand Modern Rifleman that originally was available as an add-on to the NZLAV, which will be shipping very soon here. But then we've got two new pre-orders as well. Well, I suppose three, including the D-Day Squad Pack, but two new kit pre-orders, both of which have some awesome drop day specials. So first things first, if you're one of the first 50 to get on the M3 half-track pre-order, your first optional crewman is free. So you'll notice that the kit does indeed come with a minifigure, just one, but you have the option to add up to 3 additional crewmen via the drop down on the side of the product page there, kind of like we've done with other kits in the past. But if you're part of the first 50 pre-orders, the first crewman is actually free. So you'll notice when you add just that one crewman, it won't adjust the base price of the kit. You can, however, add up to 3 should you so choose, but for the first 50 you'll be able to get in on at least one of those crewmen free of charge, so that's a pretty awesome little upgrade there. And then speaking of upgrades, if you order the M1078 LMTV if you're in on it this weekend, while supplies last, you get a free canvas cover upgrade as well. So that's an add-on pack in addition to the base kit itself, so if you can get on that this weekend while supplies last, you'll be able to get a free canvas cover upgrade with that kit as well, which is awesome because if you guys have experienced our canvas covers in the past, they really do kind of bring that kit together and add a little extra layer of detail, which is awesome to see. But both kits, absolutely epic. Really cool to see them come together this week. And without further ado, I'll turn them over to the man who brought them all together and hear Dan talk a little bit more about both of these pre-orders.
Hey, today I have 3 models to share with you. First is the 75 millimeter motor gun carriage M3. This is a anti-tank or tank destroyer built in World War II, actually designed early before the war actually started, using surplus 75 millimeter French 75 millimeter guns. These are the same, the famous French 75 built under license as the M1078 in the U.S. During World War I. Very good armor penetration, and it was actually used as an anti-tank gun into World War II. With this vehicle, it's an M3 half-track with the 75 on top of it, used as a anti-tank or anti-tank weapon, i.e. tank destroyer. It was not a super successful model. I guess it did have great armor penetration. It was a good weapon, but the fact that it's in a lightly armored half-track, sure, it gives you great mobility to go and seek out and destroy the enemy tanks, but your gun is facing forward, and if you're in any kind of ambush position, you basically your vehicle is facing the wrong direction. Not having a turret also means you're kind of fixed in place, and that makes it very difficult to fire and maneuver. So they were used in the early part of the war in North Africa. Then some actually made it up into Italy. The kit itself is going to be marked as the 601st Tank Destroyer Regiment or Battalion. So there will be printing on it. Of course, this being a prototype model, I do not have the printed parts. I actually do not have a lot of the parts, so there's a lot of substitution going on as far as colors and even different pieces. So bear with me. There will be a M19 machine gun back here. Kit will come with a vehicle commander, so a tank destroyerman. He'll be a sergeant. He'll come with the kit. There will be options to add on up to 3 additional crewmen, and I believe for opening weekend, just for pre-orders, we were going to give you that first additional crewman for free. So if you just pre-order, you're going to get that for free, and have a head start in your tank destroyer crew to begin with. And the 601st, I mean, this is the vehicle itself didn't fare so well in the overall terms of how the war progressed. It was replaced by the M10 Wolverine, and then the M36, and of course the M18 Hellcat. So the vehicle wasn't super successful, but it was successfully used throughout the war in both the European theater in North Africa, and then also in the Pacific. The Marines actually had many of these, and use them very effectively against the Japanese armor. So you will see a lot of these. We're actually doing it as the 601st, but you can, obviously take this and change it to your own scenario if you want to use a different, put in the Pacific or something like that. So that's Model 1, half-track. Oh, I should mention this was designed by John Canepa, a friend of Brickmania, actual designer with us for a long time. He just surprised me. He came to our anniversary at the Mare Island store and said, "Here, I have a model for you that I've been sitting on for a while. So here it is. This is a John Canepa design. I was excited to put this together in my studio based off John's plans, and of course we'll be bringing it to you, and you'll be able to order it and then add it to your collection." Next up, this is the M1078 LMTV, the light medium tactical vehicle. This is from part of the family of tactical vehicles used by the U.S. Army. It's a standardized vehicle. This being the deuce and a half version, just has 2 axles here. It's very tall. I mean, if you look at like some of our previous deuce and a half vehicles or the vehicles the Army used, it's very tall by comparison, but it's shorter with this. Cab over design actually saves deck space inside of transports. Whole thing still fits inside of a C-130. Of course, if you're lucky to have one of our AC-130 models, you'll be able to stick this in the back if you clear out all the weapons and all the other stuff. That's beside the point. So the one thing I do have on here that's not part of the kit is these are bows for the fabric top. So that's the special this weekend. If you order this vehicle, the LMTV, you will get the canvas cover as a free add-on, and you'll get the bows that go inside to support it. Anything after this weekend, sorry, you'll have to just make that yourself, or maybe at some point we'll have an add-on pack. I'm not sure. I'm not going to promise anything, but I do know that the first 100 or up to 100 ordered this weekend as a pre-order. You have to go to our website. You can't just you can't go to our store and say, "Hey, I want to order this." You actually have to go to the website, put your money down, and then in 6 to 7 weeks or so, you'll be able to get this in the mail with the canvas cover on it. That's the deal. One thing, let's just pull these things off. So these bows aren't standard to the kit. So just want to give people an idea of what it actually looks like. This is what you're looking at as the kit. This is the drop side. This is the standard configuration for this standard cargo configuration for this truck. Drop sides. They can load it from the sides. You can load it from the rear. It does have the full capacity to drop these sides down. There is a trailer hitch of sorts on the back here, the pintle for towing a trailer. I have not yet designed a trailer for this model. Let's get this cat hair off here. It's one thing about working at home, in this house anyway. There's lots of cats, so cat hair abounds. You don't have to worry about that as the actual models, but yeah, the studio is a little bit fuzzy. Sorry about that. So you do have opening doors as well. Easily fit 2, maybe even shove a 3rd crewman inside that cab. Not a problem at all. The interior is semi-detailed. You do have the steering wheel and all that stuff in there. Should have stuck a guy in there just to show you that it does work out really well. Quite a durable model. You do get this spare tire that you can drop out the side here, just like the real thing. Yeah, that's it. That's the LMTV M1078. This is the first of probably many vehicles that are going to be coming in this tactical family, but great if you're doing NATO vehicles right now. It fits in with the theme that we're just releasing. Last week's Bradley, of course the Abrams tank, and then the Leopard 2 that we did just a few weeks back. Okay, third model of this week's production is U-505. So if you've ever been to the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago, you will know about the U-505. It was a German U-boat that was captured during World War II, and it has been residing in Chicago ever since. So if you haven't been to the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago, it's an amazing museum. Highly recommend going. And of course, you have to tour the U-505. It is cool. They have it so you can walk through from one end of the submarine to another without actually having to go down a hatch. They cut a hole in the side of it. But it's a Chicago landmark, even though it's actually inside the museum now. They built an annex to the museum, stuck it inside. Very cool, very neat. It's a Chicago landmark. Go check it out. We are doing this as a exclusive kit for our Chicago store. So the store's been there for many years. Well, it's actually in Schaumburg, Illinois, which is a Chicago suburb, but you know, if you know, you know, it's still part of the whole Chicago experience. And we call it our Chicago store. So again, some of these colors are off. The actual kit will be have lots of printing on it, and I should mention all of these kits have lots of printing on it. It's kind of like the hallmark of where we are right now. So this guy right here will have lots of printing on it. Sweet little model. It does not look like it. It's very small. I say that in quotes. If you can see me right now, you can see me air quoting. It is actually over almost 200 pieces in this kit. It may look small, but it is a highly detailed, complex kit. Again, I don't have exactly the right colors. There will be the named nameplate, just like we did on the USS Vallejo. This is 1/300 scale, which is something we haven't really done. But if you're a collector of, like, say, some of our competitors' models, 1/300 scale is a common Lego brick modeling scale, and this will fit right into your 1/300 scale collection. Again, Chicago exclusives will be released in June when we have our Chicago store anniversary event. Only can get this one in Chicago. Just prototype is brand new. Just wanted to show it off with today's model. So be excited. If you're going to Brick World this year, that's the weekend that this kit will be available, and hope to see you in Chicago. All right, thanks.
All right, so like I said, both those drop day specials are in effect as it stands now. First 50 kits for the M3 half track and well supplies left for the truck and the canvas cover add-on. So go ahead and get in on those if you want to take advantage of those upgrades. Otherwise, we've got World War Brick now right around the corner. That is our next big event, and obviously the biggest event for Brickmania for the year. So we're very excited for that. And then we've got a Summerful coming up right after that, including Tank Fest, our Chicago anniversary event, and then Brick Fair Virginia, which is when we'll celebrate the anniversary of the Chantilly store as well. So very much so looking forward to a busy summer, getting out on the road and doing all that kind of fun stuff, and obviously hoping you guys can join us whenever possible. So that will do it for me here on a Friday. As always, thank you very much for watching.